Meteorologist Bruce DePrest in the early warning forecast center. Bruce?
All right, Dennis and Carol, we still have a very significant weather alert in effect for Connecticut right through about 1 o'clock Saturday morning, and that is a winter storm warning. We've already had anywhere from about 4 to 10 inches of snow across the state. Mark's going to have more on that coming up a little bit later on in the news, some snowfall totals for you. Now, the winter storm warning has been canceled for the shoreline. In its place, we have a winter weather advisory where right now, quite honestly, there's not much going on along the shoreline. If anything, we have rain. We can check it out on early warning pinpoint Doppler. Hartford right now, we are getting some snow, some light snow. Glastonbury maybe coming down a little bit harder. Basically, when you see those darker grays and blues, that's where you see the snow coming down a little bit harder. But a trip down Route 2 into Marlborough, you start to turn it over to some sleet and some freezing rain. In fact, we've had a report of some sleet in Rocky Hill. Colchester, you're getting some rain and freezing rain. The heaviest snow right now is coming down in northeastern Connecticut, right around Storrs, Chaplin into Ashford, Abington, and Pomfret as well. And that may be coming down at the rate of about 1 inch an hour there. We're going to put this into what we call snow machine to show you these dark colors, and this is exclusive technology that actually helps us track how heavy the snow is coming down. So around Abington and Pomfret, it's still coming down at the rate of 1 inch or 2 an hour, and the same is true around 1 inch an hour around Eastford and Woodstock, and then a trace to 1 inch as you work your way a little bit to the northwest of Eastford, getting up there toward Union and Staffordville as well. So the snow is coming down a little bit lighter at the moment there. Now on the bigger picture, we could see a break on into southwestern Connecticut. This will tend to wind down as we head through the evening. Coming up, I'll let you know when this will go away completely. But for now, our live team coverage is going to continue with a trouble spot, and that's on I-84 in Waterbury. And with more on that, here's Dan Kain.
Well, I'll tell you, Bruce, you can see the traffic behind me is moving. It's moving slowly, but it is moving. This is in marked contrast to the scene that we came upon here about 3 o'clock this afternoon. A serious tractor-trailer crash. The guy lost control heading west between exits 24 and 25 and went down the embankment. That backed up traffic significantly because the state police and DOT folks had to take people off of 84, run them down surface roads, and put them back onto the highway beyond the crash. In addition to the tractor-trailer itself, which blocked 2 lanes, a number of cars were involved also. We don't have any word in terms of how many people might have been injured. I saw what looked like the driver of the tractor-trailer walking around as they were pulling it out of there. They got the tractor-trailer out of there about 4 o'clock this afternoon, and traffic's been moving along fairly well since then. And as I say, people are taking it slow, taking it cautious, but things are moving here in Waterbury. We're live in Waterbury. Dan Kain, Channel 3, Eyewitness News.
All righty, thank you, Dan. And on the other side of the state, Interstate 95 in Groton has now reopened. Just before 2 o'clock, a tractor-trailer jackknifed on the northbound side of the highway at exit 88. I believe that's the Route 117 exit. Several lanes were closed because of an oil spill that resulted from that jackknife. And less than an hour later, there was a 5-car crash on the southbound side of the highway, which at last check with the state police is now entirely closed. Another tractor-trailer jackknifed on 395 southbound in Norwich. That road was closed for about an hour and a half near exit 83. Luckily, nobody was injured in that.
Now, if those 3 tractor-trailer accidents don't give you a clear picture of just how bad the roads are, how about this? No. State police receiving more than 1,000 calls for service. And there have been roughly 300 crashes, including a deadly one in Newtown this morning. Our team coverage continues now with Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Erika Arias. She's live with the mobile newsroom above, looks like I-91 in Hartford or I-84.
Actually, we're right above the on-ramp to I-84 westbound, and we're just going to look over here and show you exactly how the roads here in Hartford look. They're trying to stay on top of it here, but it's still very slushy, and that is what's making the roads so slippery. And when you go on the highway, you're going to find more of that. Now, we're just going to look over here, actually. Bruce was talking about accumulations. I'm just going to take away a little area right here, and it's probably not very scientific. Sorry about that, Mark and Bruce, but as you can see, there's probably about 5 inches of snow right here in downtown Hartford on this ledge. And that's just here in Hartford. I'm sure other areas around the state have gotten much more. Now, the winter weather, all this traffic and the cold weather tends to bring out a lot of crabbiness, a lot of bad moods in people, but at least we know landscapers are having a good time. They're celebrating and staying busy all day. Take a look. For landscapers like Justin Pederzoli, Winter Storm Destiny was just what he was hoping for. A steady blanket of snow, enough to keep him busy all day.
The second I got out here, we do the place next door too. It just started coming down like this. It's real slippery, real slippery.
In the capital city, they tried to stay on top of the storm with plowing, salting, and shoveling. On the highways earlier, traffic seemed to be moving steadily, but visibility was bad and only getting worse by the hour. Governor Jody Rell let out state workers sporadically every half hour beginning at noon, but others like Seraph and Cecilia just had to tough it out working on the new Science Center.
When it snows like this or it rains with the power and the other workers beside you, it's a little difficult to work in this kind of weather.
Back here live right before the on-ramp to I-84 West, you can see the cars are moving along there on 84 westbound, but they are going pretty slowly. It is slippery down there on the roads, so if you're going to head out or head home, remember to take your time, give yourself some extra time, and be careful out there on the roads. Now we're going to toss it over to Leon Collins. He's live in Rocky Hill.
Thank you, Erika. Get back in that mobile newsroom. Warm up, please. I'm Lucky here, alive in Rocky Hill, right out the back door on the patio. Coming up in just a little while, I'll give you an update on the travels from the shoreline up into the center of the state, and we'll let you know what you can expect and what you're missing because you're warm at home in your living room watching us out here in the snow. Leon Collins, Channel 3, Eyewitness News.
All right, Leon, the storm is heavily impacting flights at Bradley International Airport. Airport officials tell us American Airlines has canceled all of its flights after 7 o'clock tonight. So if you are heading to Bradley, it's always a good idea to call before you leave your house.
Of course, Friday night is one of the busiest nights for incoming flights. Stay with Channel 3 Eyewitness News for continuing up-to-the-minute coverage of Winter Storm Destiny. We will have another live report in just a couple of minutes. And for the very newest information, you can always go onto our website. That is WFSB.com.
Now to our other big story. Tonight at 5, police in Windsor are investigating what they are calling an untimely death at Millbrook Village. That's an elderly and disabled apartment complex on Mack Street. And now they're asking for your help in locating a person of interest, as they describe it. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Heather Hegedus was first on the scene. She's live at the mobile newsroom in Windsor now with the latest. Heather?
Denise, we just got this information in moments ago from Windsor Police. We're being told that they are looking for 45-year-old Bruce King. Again, he's being labeled a suspicious person, a person of interest in this case. Police are still investigating the scene right here at Millbrook Village Apartments. They've been here for 9 hours now. You can see the police crime tape, still an active crime scene. They've also got an evidence tent set up outside here to protect the crime scene. And tonight we are learning some new nuggets of information into what might have happened here.
Right over there is room 6, C8. That's where all the commotion was down there.
Detectives spent much of the day here working the beat, knocking on doors in Millbrook Village, concentrating their efforts on apartment C8 and another one just behind it.
Okay.
Did you see them carrying anything out of there? Neighbors tell us C8 is not the woman's apartment. They say she lived at Millbrook because she had a physical disability and possibly other problems.
She would leave in the morning, and I asked her one morning where she was going, and she said she goes to some place not far from here per direction of her doctors to talk to someone about her problems.
As for what happened today, police aren't saying much beyond this, that a caller reported a woman was lying face down in the snow this morning. Responding officers found a woman face down with an injury. Police say she was presumed dead at the scene.
And the responding officers found that we had an untimely death there, and it's currently under investigation.
But neighbor Joe Brialt says from his apartment all the way across the courtyard, he could hear the woman fighting with her live-in boyfriend in their apartment.
I've even called the police on them twice because there was this domestic dispute.
Back live now, Windsor Police are asking you to call them if you have any information. Please call their detective number. That's 860-688-5273. Again, 860-688-5273. Now, coming up at 6 o'clock, we will hear from Windsor Police about how they investigate persons of interest cases, suspicious deaths like this one. Reporting live in the mobile newsroom in Windsor, Heather Hegedus, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Okay, thanks, Heather. There are new developments tonight in a troubled nursing home chain. The family of a Norwich man who died has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Haven Healthcare. That suit claims that misuse of funds by Chief Executive Officer Raymond Termini contributed to, quote, deplorable conditions at the nursing home chain. Attorney General Richard Blumenthal is investigating whether those funds were in fact misused.
A man is under arrest after a brief standoff with state police in East Granby. Neighbors at the Turkey Hill Apartments tell Eyewitness News they called police last night after hearing someone threatening to kill the landlord. When troopers entered the apartment building, they found the man had a gun. No word yet on any possible charges.
Drug problems at a suburban high school. Police tell us they expect to arrest more than half a dozen people because of students dealing prescription pills at Berlin High School. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Len Besthoff has been looking into this story. He's live with the mobile newsroom with what he's been able to learn. Len?
Well, Dennis, what police are telling us is that this investigation will result not only in arrests, but also student expulsions. 4 Berlin High School students turned themselves into police after learning there were warrants out for their arrest on dealing or possessing illegal prescription drugs on campus. The students arrested so far are between 16 and 17 years old. The drugs involved were the prescription pills Vicodin and Tramadol. Police say they were alerted to the problem after 2 students who purchased Tramadol became very sick. And now, altogether, we're talking about 7 students that police believe are going to be arrested in all. Right now, 4 have been arrested. They're expecting another 3 arrests. And doing the math a little further, they're saying that of the 7 that have been arrested, 4 are going to be expelled. We're live with the mobile newsroom. Len Besthoff, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Len, we have new information now on a Milford teenager who survived a crash that killed 2 other teens. 16-year-old Michael Vicino is still listed in critical condition, but police say he may be improving. He's been in the hospital since last week, and police say he's undergone several surgeries. The car he was riding in hit a utility pole at the Post Mall in Milford there. 17-year-old Sean Foley was driving. Foley and another passenger, 18-year-old John Dolce Aqua, were killed.
A big shakeup at Hartford Hospital tonight. The CEO, John Meehan, is out, and a new man is taking charge. Elliot Joseph from a hospital in Michigan was named late this afternoon to become the new president and of this hospital, as well as the new CEO. The current one will remain with the company until the end of the year. And Joseph will start in April. 2 weeks ago, you may recall, the state placed the hospital on probation for 1 year.
Still ahead, all new tonight at 5. A nanny's shocking behavior caught on tape. Hear from a mother who watched it all unfold from her desk through her nanny cam.
And we continue our coverage of Winter Storm Destiny. This is a live look at I-95 in New London. There have been a couple of bad crashes in nearby Groton. Bruce will be telling us how much more snow you can expect when we come back.
Digging deeper to find the truth. Call the Channel 3 I team at 860-244-1780. Eyewitness News is everywhere.
Next, E.T.
He claimed that I cheated first.
Valerie Bertinelli with Donnie just after Oprah. And TV's 60-pound anorexic. Next, E.T.
Tonight at 7:30 on Channel 3. Your home for Eyewitness News.
We continue our coverage of Winter Storm Destiny this Friday night. Let's take you live outside right now. This is I-91 in New Haven, near the interchange with I-95. The snow is still coming down, as you can see, and the state DOT is out in full force right now, clearing the roads. Bruce will have a complete forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes. And we also need to clarify something we reported earlier in this newscast. We said that American Airlines was canceling all flights out of Bradley scheduled to take off after 7 o'clock. A clarification of that, the airline has actually canceled all flights scheduled to take off before 7. Bruce will have the full forecast once again and the latest travel updates in just a couple of minutes.